Alright, Zay, this is the 2018 Platinum Standard Package Tundra that we have in stock right now. There's two others just like it, but I just found out that they're already set aside as demo vehicles for some of our sales managers. This one here is the lone one that's not spoken for. Already you can see some of the nice improvements they made for 2018. It's got LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights, all really sharp that it comes right from factory that way. You got the honeycomb grille. Down here is how they do the block heaters on all of our trucks now. So nice little polished off end here. You can just put the accessory cable and attach it. So it looks a little bit nicer and easier to remove and not do any damage to it. Platinums also have the nice 20-inch rims on them. They got the platinum badging. They have the chrome package, so you have chrome door handles, chrome on the side mirrors. Those are all power folding mirrors. Platinums are also only Tundra, or one of the few Tundras anyways, that come with a spray-in box liner, which is standard, so you don't have to pay extra for that. Full 4-pin and 7-pin towing harness and tow hitch, so it's rated for 9,500 pound towing capacity. Backup camera, locking tailgate, and this will actually come down nice and slowly and not come slamming down on you with the slow release mechanism that's in it. I'd show it to you, but the keys are in the ignition right now. Okay, it's got also a bed rail system you can see on the side here, which you can use to put in the tie-down cleats that come with the vehicle that can be used for anchors anywhere to hold things down on the inside of the truck, or sorry, on the back of the box. Absolutely huge rear passenger space with the CrewMax configuration for the Tundras. So you have tons of space for people in the back seats. The seats will also fold up out of the way if you need a little bit more room for storage underneath. That rear window is also a full power sliding rear window, so the whole window will slide up and down. Only vehicle in the industry that actually has that for a pickup truck. And if you get this particular unit, it's about as new gets. It's got the the plastic still on the seats. Nice premium perforated leather seats with the platinum badging as well on it. We sell lots of trucks out of our dealerships. They're always getting new inventory, which is why our vehicles are always fresh from the manufacturer. They haven't been sitting around and heavily driven before they're sold. As you can see, this one has all of 8 kilometers on the odometer. Down here you got your power folding mirrors, auto high beams, manual leveling headlamps. You can adjust the lights so you can easily push them down if you got too much weight in the back of the truck starting to shoot the lights up in the air. You can manually adjust them. It's got memory seats, as well as the steering columns all tied into that, and the power driver seats. So with the memory function, it'll control all the seats and the steering column together. At the push of a button, it'll go back and forth for different drivers. So along with the honeycomb grille and the LED lights, this is also what's new for 2018. You got the new, little more modernized instrument cluster gauge. Here, I'll just fire up the truck real quick here. Okay, and it's got a nice MID display here. You can cycle through and see all the fuel economy, cruising range. They upsized it to a 144-liter tank and added a standard brake controller recently. That was new in 2016. So tons of gas and ease of use for towing. You got your proximity parking sensors all around the vehicle. That's what this button is right here. And then as you cycle through the information on the screen, you get information telling you when it's time to take a break if you've been driving for too long, so before you get into an accident with the car. You get your fuel economy. Don't worry, those numbers aren't really real. The car hasn't actually been driven yet. And as we cycle to the right, you got your built-in compass, audio controls. This is all the new safety technology that's built in the vehicle. I'll go over in a second. And then your settings menu where you can play with all that. So the vehicle has a blind spot monitor, which will show up. I'll turn it on here for a second. Right there. When people pass through a blind spot, it'll light up. Plus the vehicle has a whole bunch of new safety technology. For one, it has, I'll go back down here, lane departure alert, which will tell you if you're coming out of your lane, and it'll beep at you, and it can also steer the car back onto the road for you easily enough. And all these things can be turned on and off. They can be dialed back or increased for better sensitivity. pre-collision system will actually give you a warning if you're about to collide with another car or a pedestrian. It'll sound a warning, and then if you don't do anything with that warning, it can even hit the brakes all by itself to stop the car and avoid a collision with a person or another vehicle. And then rear cross traffic alert, that basically tells you if there's someone behind you as you're pulling out of a parking spot. It'll beep before you get T-boned by a car coming from either side or any pedestrians walking behind you from either side. Again, just to keep an eye out on your surroundings. So quite a bit of new safety technology that we've had on their Corollas and RAV4s. 2018 is the first year they're adding what they call Toyota Safety Sense to the Tundra. That'll also include auto high beam feature and a adaptive cruise control. So you can just set the cruise control like so. It says radar ready, and then you can set your following distance with the press of a button to decide how far you want to be from the car in front of you. It'll automatically slow down or speed up as needed. Nice touchscreen audio interface in the center here, satellite radio, navigation, all very useful. I'm sure you've used GPS systems before. This one has one of the better voice recognition systems as well.
How may I help you?
Find nearby Tim Hortons.
Showing nearby Tim Hortons.
So it gives you all the addresses, all the phone numbers, and tells you how to get there.
Say, go there, or you...
The fully loaded Platinums also come with a JBL sound system. You can tweak it all right here. I'd show it to you on the phone, but it probably won't do it justice. But you can play with all the audio settings. It comes equipped with satellite radio. And you can also, let's bring that down, just turn down the volume for a second. You can play with the EQ here and get the most out of the factory sound system. Sounds pretty good. I'll show it to you when you come in. Also in here, they've changed all of our vehicles to have 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. You can plug it in when the actual time period is to come in for your oil change, and that's because they all the Tundras run on full synthetic oil now. And we can also add lifetime free oil changes as a part of the package for anyone who, at least while they have the truck in Edmonton or Alberta, we can service them with no additional charge to the oil. Dual automatic climate control, so quite simple. You use it just like a thermostat, set the temperature to whatever you like, and it'll automatically maintain the temperature, whether it's cooling down or heating as necessary. And then it's dual functionality, so right now it's controlling the two together, but with the press of a button I can make the temperatures independent. Also, one of the few vehicles we sell that has both heated and ventilated seats for both of the front seats on the vehicle. And then as you go further down below, we have, it's not showing up too well on my camera, but yeah, there's basically a USB port down here to plug in a cell phone or plug in an MP3 player device. You got sequential shift mode too, so you can gear up and gear down just like a manual transmission, going up and down between the gear settings here through all 6 speeds. Huge center console storage, also a fan favorite for any Tundra owners. Got lots of storage space down here. Okay, hard to tell again with the lighting. That's just the block heater cables I was talking about earlier. And last but not least, you got your sunroof, still covered in plastic because this truck just came in from factory. You got all the sunroof controls there, Bluetooth microphone there, and a fully integrated garage door opener with a built-in compass and auto dimming on the rear mirror. Still more features to be had with the truck, but I'm pointing out basically all the things that make it specific to a Platinum and specific to a 2018. All the modern technology, of course, all the basics are there: power windows, power locks, AC, cruise. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. I'll email this off to you shortly, and feel free to fire any more questions at me. I'd be happy to put in the work here for you, Zaid, and make sure that we're your final stop at the end of the day. That's the dealership right there, Mayfield Toyota. We sell the most Tundras in the country. I always say we can't be doing that by offering bad service or overpricing. I think we're best in town, and that's why we outsell the other dealerships, usually 2 to 1 in a given any given month. Alright, so let's fire this off to you and then get in touch with me, and this could be your exact truck. It's right from the factory, only 8 kilometers on it. I'd love to be able to set it aside for you while it's still brand new, undriven, hasn't even been on a test drive yet. Alright, we'll talk to you soon.